What up, YouTube? Just wanted to get on here real quick and discuss the Twiztid Depature from Psychopathic Records. You know, in my opinion, it's just really bad news for Psychopathic Records. I mean, I just can't think of any real positive spin to put on it for them. I mean, first of all, it puts a serious hurt on their business model because, you know, everyone knows that there's no money in albums anymore. The money comes from merchandise and it comes from touring. And Twiztid was supposed to be their breadwinner for, you know, those things because ICP is wanting to slow down in the touring department and make it some kind of special occasion where they only come to your town, you know, every 2 years. So now with Twiztid gone, that might, you know, affect their plans for, you know, scaling back in the touring department. Not to mention that it hurts Psychopathic's legitimacy for not just being a one-trick pony. They have, you know, real talented artists on their roster, such as Twiztid and Blaze and ABK. Now they can't say they have Twiztid on their roster anymore, and that hurts their image because, you know, Twiztid in a lot of ways was kind of the most popular group on the label, not counting ICP, and a lot of people thought they were better than ICP anyway, including a lot of hardcore juggalos. So, you know, as far as image goes, it's just not good. Of course, there's other things such as Dark Lotus. Twiztid is a major part, or was a major part, of Lotus, and with them gone, can there really be another Lotus album? I think not, but, you know, I'd like to know your opinion on that. You know, Psychopathic Records is another story because the lineup changes every album anyway. Every tour, every show, it's a different set of riders. So, you know, that's probably not a make or break thing for them. However, you know, the movies, Big Money Hustlers, Big Money Rustlers, you know, many would argue that those are Twiztid's movies, that they steal the show, and I can't really argue against that. It's true, and without Twiztid, there can't really be another, you know, big money movie. In my opinion, they were going to do one in space. Without Twiztid, might as well cancel that plan. You know, and they were also going to do their, you know, Twiztid's own movie, Big Stain and Lil Poot. They were going to have their own movie, and that probably isn't going to happen now, unless this all gets worked out. Of course, you know, Twiztid is marketable in other ways. They have the seminars for the gathering, and, you know, I knew a lot of people who went to the gatherings who, you know, the Twiztid seminar would be the one thing they could not miss. And without the Twiztid seminars, you know, that may hurt their gathering ticket sales. As far as, you know, Twiztid's side, like I said, it's just, I don't really see a lot of reason not to leave Psychopathic, because it's no secret that Psychopathic hasn't really shown Twiztid a lot of support in the last several years. I remember reading an interview with Twiztid a few years ago saying, you know, Monoxide bragged that, you know, there's no one in the rap game who does more on as few resources as Twiztid does. And that might have just been like a passive-aggressive way to criticize Psychopathic for not really getting behind them the way they should, especially considering the fact that, you know, they sell a lot of tickets, they move a lot of merchandise and a lot of albums. You know, they should be getting the big push from Psychopathic the way ICP does. And, you know, that is a very valid point. Being off of Psychopathic gives them more independence. I mean, who knows how much, you know, they were being controlled behind the scenes. You know, change this, edit that, you know, go in this direction. You know, and without Psychopathic, you know, in their corner, they won't have to compromise their art or their image anymore. Of course, that's all speculation. Maybe they didn't have to do that, but if they did, now they won't. You know, on the flip side, that Psychopathic did support them even if it was, not as much as they should, but they did support them, and now they don't have that support. So, will they have to compromise their art because of lack of resources? Who knows? They weren't getting a lot of support anyway, so maybe it won't be a big deal. And it's not like they won't be able to press up CDs or whatever, or go on tour. I'm sure that they could find investors if they tried. So I'm sure this isn't the last we'll see of Twiztid. And the biggest thing that, in my opinion, that this departure does for Twiztid is they are no longer stigmatized by being affiliated with ICP. And that had to affect their careers, for better or for worse. They say that being a part of the Juggalo family is you just kind of let that whole stigmatization go. But I'd be really interested to see how the mainstream world accepts Twiztid now that they're independent and now that they're no longer, running with a hatchet. So I think that about sums up the thoughts that I have on this. Very curious to see where this is all going, and Monoxide said that there would be a full explanation coming for why they left. So I'd be very interested to hear about that as well. And I'd like to hear from anyone, who's listening to this, watching this right now. I'd like to know your thoughts as well. So, hit me up, leave a comment, express your hatred for me, express your admiration for me, whatever you want to do. It's express your First Amendment rights, just like I'm doing. And, take care. Much clown love, whoop whoop, and all of that. So, catch you later.